All right. We're going to have to stop this music because we're going to have to make this guide. We're going to have to make this guide. We're going to have to make this guide. Shall we leave it in higher quality? Yes, we should. Just look how beautiful this is. No. I need to find Twitch music. DMCA, no copyright. Okay. If there is a copyright, I'll just have to record it. I'll just have to record it myself. Now. Welcome. Welcome, adventurers. Today, we shall learn the power of Awakening Maegu and how underestimated this class can be. And how they always think, oh, succession, very good, very strong. Because succession, if you think about it, is in the top ranking for Magus. Succession, number one. Succession is the number one-est. So it must be true. It must be true that succession is better. Or is it? That is the question I'm going to ask you today. Is it better? Think about it. Put that into perspective. While you're here with me, we're going to go through the most detailed look into this class as possible, in my opinion. If they change things around, it is what it is. It's not like I make the rules. If they add new skills, nothing I can do about that. If they do something special, nothing I could do about that. We'll maybe remake it. But this is a statement from now on. I'm just going to say it here and now. I'm only making this not because I am the top of the top. I'd like to say I'm good. But we're making this because nobody else is making this. So, if anyone wants to cry about something, you're more than welcome to. That's how we learn. And that's fine by me, as long as it's said in a proper way. Other than that, we will be going through this together. And I'll tell you how everything is done. And we'll build it up as a structure. So it's pretty simple. Let's begin. Let's begin with the number one thing that you should lock on any class. Evasion. Just lock that. And if you don't have it locked while I'm mentioning this, yeah, you're the problem. Now, let's begin with the skills. You need everything in pre-awakening. Simple as that. Whatever you feel like locking in, that's your choice. In my opinion, you need everything, and you understand why later. Now, you need everything in awakening. I know it's shocking, but you do need everything in awakening. Your e-buff needs to be in your keybinds. Somewhere in your hotkeys, wherever you prefer. This is your e-buff. So far, so good. Your core ability. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Twirling Rhapsody is the best core ability. There is no better core ability than Twirling Rhapsody. None of these are better in any way. They're just not. If you want to experiment and try them out, your choice. At the end of the day, it's all about how you like to play the class. The reason I say this is the best is fairly simple. The skill by itself is already a super armor. But when you add the core, it adds a float. So that's why it's the best. It goes through every forward guard. It has a 5-second cooldown. You literally have a 5-second CD cooldown, with including your ambush, which is 6 seconds. Right? That's it. So you need to know. Skills, you use all of them. Pre-awakening, you use all of them. If you want to lock anything, your choice. Skill enhancements, also known as rebams. Simple. You have Spirit Parade. It's a forward guard and a down attack. It gives you 50% critical hit rate and 7% accuracy rate. Hits 10 targets. It's a forward guard and you can move it around. Best one in my opinion. If you want to try the other one, that's a you problem. Go for it. It's a stun. It's unprotected. Good luck. By the way, it's not a forward guard, sorry. It's a super armor. I was confusing it with the second one. It's a super armor. It's a super armor. It's a super armor. Pero Snare. It's a forward guard. 30% crit hit rate. 8% accuracy. 10 targets. Shoots forward. You can move it around with your camera. It moves slightly slow, but you can move it around. You can use this one if you want. It's a super armor. In my opinion, it's ass. Your choice. This one, level 58, you don't, no brainer, ladies and gents. No fucking brainer. If you're using this, you have a problem. If you're using this, you just have a problem. You know that you have a problem. You don't want to admit that you have a problem. You just have a problem. We all know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. Let's not kid ourselves. You use Soul Charm. It recovers 250 HP. Yes, it chunks out a little bit of your stamina. Maybe PA will fix this. You never know. Never know. You're in super armor. You gain 500 HP. Plus. Sorry, 1000 HP. Sorry, my bad. My math wasn't mathing. Come on. Free HP recovery. You have 2 heals. You have your Awakening heal, which is Shift E. And then you have this. You're living life. Now, we move on from the skills. You already got the skills. Oh, wait. You want to know the add-ons? I can't tell you the add-ons. Why? It depends on your playstyle. These are my add-ons for Tier 1 Node War. Let's begin with the fundamentals. Awakening Maegu uses a lot of air attacks. Like, plenty of air smash. Right? She has down smashes, but she has plenty of air attacks in her combos. Air smashes. Like, 4 plus. And then she has air attack, air attack, air attack, air attack, air attack. Should I keep going? Air attack, air attack, air, air. It's all about air, man. Breathe in a little. Right? So you want to prioritize air attack damage. Not down attack damage. Not down smash. Not smashing the downings. Not downies with brownies. No. Air attack. Skill add-ons. Take a screenshot of this. Do whatever you want. Follow this however you like. The only reason I've put them this way, they're for Tier 1 Node War, and they flow the best for me that way. I am constantly buffed no matter what I do. So, my buffs are there 24/7. Whenever I'm doing my burst combo, my buffs are there. Whenever I'm doing any protected combo, my buffs are there. I'm buffed. No matter how buffed I am. I could be super buffed. I could be... I'm buffed. Okay? Take these add-ons however you like. Seriously. Like, you understand in a bit why I'm telling you this. This is a different type of guide. This is not the regular type of BDO guide where people tell you, do this and do that. And why? Play BDO how you like to play BDO. And play your class how you like to play your class. That's what matters. It's not about what other people tell you. Everyone's gonna yappa, 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 yappa. It's all about what you like. Simple as that. So, the skills are over. Let's move into the combos. I want to move into the combos, then I'll show you mobility. Let's move into the combos and what we need to do. But before we do, remember, if you hold S key and you press LMB and you hold it down, well, sorry. S, LMB, and RMB, don't hold them down, press them once. That's your pre-buff. That is your pre-buff, right? Or you can do it the other way around. SRMB into SLMB is faster. I'm going to do that thing. How do I show my UI? Yeah, key input. Okay. Oops, I'm in pre-awakening. My bad. You see that? SRMB, SLMB. That's your pre-buffs. Pre-buffs are air attack damage, all AP plus 20. That's your pre-buff. SRMB, SLMB. Once. Bang, bang. You're buffed. Okay, we got the pre-buff down. So now, this is our main combo. This right here is our burst combo. It is... I'm going to say this, and just remember, before anybody calls this out. It's a semi-protected combo. It's not fully protected. It's semi-protected. We are not like every other class that is Ooga Booga that can do a fully protected combo, get away with it, and say, yeah, I'm so skilled. It's crazy how skilled I am because I just did a full combo that was SA, I-frame, SA, I-frame, SA, I-frame. Or SA, 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 SA. We're not that type of class. It's a different class. It's a little bit more of a technical class. It's a little bit techie with it. You get me? So just remember, I'm going to say it slowly, and then we're going to do it fast. I'm going to say it slowly about a couple of times, and we're going to do it fast. The combo is simple. It's F into WRMB, and you hold it, into Q, into Shift LMB, into Shift F, into SF. That's your combo. Okay? We take it from the toppings. F, WRMB, and you hold it down. Q, Shift LMB, SF, Shift F, into SF. Right? One more time, it's not gonna hurt. F, WRMB, Q, Shift LMB once. Shift F, hold down till the flow. SF. That's your combo. Now, if you were to do it faster, he would still be on the ground, right? Okay. And then you can add Shift RMB if you want to. Only if you want to. So, that's your combo there. That's your semi... The reason I say it's semi-protected is because your F is SA. Your WRMB is SA I-frame, but it does have a gap. So, like, you can get CC'd if you're not fast. Also, your Q is unprotected. So, you have to be pretty fast with that. So, you make sure you have enough attack speed. And Shift LMB is also unprotected. But when it's done fast, the gap is like shorter. When you do it faster, the gap is way shorter. So then Shift F is forward guard, which you can rotate into SA. Well, it's forward guard now. It wasn't before. Before that was like, before pulling off this combo was crazy difficult, but it's like now it's a lot easier. Now, remember, I'll bring scenarios. So this is the combo. So you have... So what's your scenario with this combo? We're going to do this for every combo. The scenario for this combo is fairly simple. If you're doing this in open world or whatever, you have two scenarios. One is that you're fighting two dudes and you CC them at the same time, or you're fighting one dude and you CC them, and cool, there is nobody else to get you. If there is 2 dudes, let's say, so let's say these 2 dudes. So ICC, let's say this guy. Oh, no, sorry. Let's say I see this guy. So what I will do is, if I see him, and the other guy doesn't see me like maybe he sees me when I'm doing this, I'll try to fast pull it off, and you can turn your forward guard towards his location while you're doing your Shift F. So that whenever he tries to CC you, he doesn't actually CC you, you pull off your combo, and then you can run off. Like, you can even damage them both. So, bang, this guy sees me here, I do this, I turn myself this way, and then I go back because he's there. So it's all about camera movement. Remember that. Now, this is your bread and butter combo. Yes, it's unprotected. Remember that. I want to disclaimer this so bad because a lot of people will cry and say, but it's unprotected. It's okay, calm down. Let me put it to you like this. We'll learn protected shit. There's plenty of protected shit. So that's your combo. And that's your scenario with your combo. If you are fighting more people, you can do it. You can pull off this combo if you're in a main blob. But that's only if the main blob is CC'd. As you know, all of them. If they're all CC'd, you can pull off the combo. Why? Because there is a very small chance that anybody will CC you. So if this was the main blob and maybe there is 5 people laying on the floor now, why wouldn't I do this? There is nobody around me. Everyone got CC'd. So yes, you can pull it off. So this combo is a burst combo, and it can be only pulled off if in a sense there is guaranteed that nobody else will CC you. Now, if there is any risk takers, if there is anyone that likes to take risks like me, you can pull this combo off when there is other people around. It's all about taking your gamble. Really, I mean, it really is about that. I've done it against good players. I've done it against bad players. It doesn't matter on the player too much. It's all about whenever you're fighting in Node Wars, it's all about whether someone will notice you or not. That's the truth. Node Wars is a different ball game than fighting people in Arena 3v3. They're going to notice you because they're focused on the PvP there. Whereas in Node Wars, they're focused on PvP, but there is environment that plays in positioning and so on and so forth. So you can pull this combo off even if there is like 3 people standing here. I can still... Maybe this was a bad example here with the tree. But you can pull this off that way as well. So remember the combo is F, W, R, and B you hold till the flow. Q, Shift L and B, Shift F, SF. And you can add Shift L and B, R and B at the end. It's pretty much the flow. It's a forward guard. It's the flow of Shift R and B because Shift R and B is a full forward guard with a flow. Now that that's gone, what would be protected stuff? Now, this is important because protection for Awakening Maegu is not really like protection for, oh, you're gonna fucking destroy somebody with all this protection. You know, you're not. You're kind of there to trade for damage. Maybe against other people, or to keep yourself safe, or you're in the middle of a blob, you don't want to risk your combo, your burst combo, so you just use protected abilities to damage people and maybe get a few kills because you can do that. Let's start with the Awakening ones. And by the way, we'll divide it. I'll show you pre-Awakening stuff as well. But the Awakening is Shift Q, SF are your essays. And if you want to, if you can camera move it after SF, you can do, you know, Shift L and B, Shift R and B. Sorry, I keep saying L and B. Shift R and B. If you want to, I wouldn't suggest it. If you want to, you can. It's a forward guard. But Shift Q, SF, it's a essay, right? So those are the 2 important essays for Awakening. And then for pre-Awakening, by the way, oh, also you have your WF, which is a mobility, but we'll talk about this later. This is not really for damage. But for damage is Shift Q, and SF is your damage. And like I said earlier, if you use Spirit Parade, That's another SA. And you've done 3 abilities that damage in SA at that time. And if you position yourself well, you can use Peto Snare, which is a forward guard, right? So if let's say this is in the middle of a blob, you do your thing, that's SA, full SA there, and then there is nobody behind you, you can do your Peto Snare. Now, if you want to not do anything else, or maybe you want to continue depending on how much damage you're taking, because remember, Awakening Maegu SA trade is shit. Really shit. What you can do is, after you do your Peto Snare, you can go into Shift F, into W RMB, into Shift RMB. And that's full SA there. Like, you literally can stay in SA for so long. Why do I have no mana pots? Or why they're not working? Oh, I know why. I forgot to resummon. So, like, if you were in the middle of a blob, bang, SF, this, Shift F, bang. I'm still in SA, by the way. And you press S and RMB, still in SA. All of that was SA and damage. The issue is, if your SA trade is shit and your blob is not really winning the fight, it can be a mindfuck and it can be difficult. So let's say that you did everything. So, oh, my bad. Let's say you did all of these SAs, right? Without the other ones I've shown you. And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm taking damage. What do I do now? I'm in pre-awakening. Maybe I can dash, but like my dash doesn't push me that far away. Well, simple. After Spirit Parade, you do W and Q. And look at that. All of that was SA, except the end of it. The end of it is unprotected. You do W and Q. Look how far away you disappear. Then you do a shift, and then you do WF, which puts you into Awakening. And bang. So from pre-awakening, you do WF and you go into Awakening. So you've literally ran off. Are you using DRMB plus SLMB, Shift F, or DRMB Shift Q, Q Shift F? Oh, are you talking about whenever you spin around someone? So whenever you use this. SLMB. No. You can do that, but I'll teach you this later. I'll teach you about... I'm about to teach you everything. All the scenarios. Literally. So, I've already taught the first combo. Let me show you some other things you can do. So, I've... wait 1 second. Sorry about that. So, I'll teach you everything. Now, what you're talking about here is the following. You want... Okay. For the sake of this, I'll show you the burst combo. This is a burst combo, semi-protected. Take this however you like. Use it however you wish. It's F... W, R, and B, and you hold it till the flow. By the way, I did it wrong there because I held it for too long. You only hold it to the flow. So, sorry. F, W, R, and B, Q, Shift L and B once, Shift F, SF, Shift R and B if you want to at the end. I added for flare, for whatever, for damage, you name it. If you haven't finished them off, it's good damage. It gives you HP recovery. I'm going to do it again slowly. So that's your F, W, R, and B, hold it till the flow. Q, Shift L and B, Shift F, SF, Shift R and B. That's your burst combo. If you were to do it, if you were to do it fast, it would look something like this. You can even add more to it, of course, as you can see. And it can keep going. And I can also keep going here. I can keep going even more. And you just keep going. So that's that. Now, let's show you another scenario. You can also pull this combo off with twirling Rhapsody, which is A or D RMB. Remember, this ability is camera movement, camera movement, camera movement. Awakening Maegu is all about camera movement. It's all about camera movement. Okay? So, if you CC someone with this, you basically can do the same combo. WRMB and bang. You've done the combo. The reason WRMB is so important is because I have add-ons on it, and WRMB in general is a stagger. The flow is a stagger and a stun, I think, on the PvE. I don't know, but it's definitely a stagger. What that allows you to do, it allows you to basically do your combo properly without them getting up. And it's all about camera movement. So remember, I'm going to do this slowly. Come back, my dear dummy. So you catch someone with WRMB. Well, never mind. I guess the dummy decided not to be caught. You catch someone with this. WRMB, Q, Shift LMB, Shift F, SF, Shift RMB. Simple as that. I'm not going to tell you the name of the abilities. I don't work like that. I'm an old school BDO player. We don't do names of abilities. We do keybinds. What's good? What's good? What's good? We only do keybinds and key composition and key sequences. As you can see, I have my thing there and I fucked up because my camera is covering it. That's okay. It's absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. Technical fucking error. Let's put it up there. Hopefully it's more visible, right? You know what? Another technical error. Let's not be a fucking donkey and leave it down here, okay? It's a lot better. So far, technical errors all over the place. Welcome to everybody who's coming through right now. I love you. Let me show you the way. Now, I'm showing this again. If you catch someone with camera movement as well, with A or D, RMB, the combo is the same. That's bang, bang, bang. As you can see, it flows amazingly. Just remember, guys, this is so important. This combo is semi-protected. It's meant to be pulled off very fast. So if you're going to learn this combo, learn to do it fast. Learn to do it slow, then learn to do it fast. This combo has no time for error. You fuck up, you're gone. You don't do it fast, you're gone. You can hold LMB after Q. No, don't do that. The reason you don't do that is you fuck up your whole combo. If you hold it, you fuck up your whole combo. Don't hold LMB. Just do it once. Right? If I hold it, it would fuck up the whole combo. Everything is done fast. Yes, LMB, if you hold it, it's a forward guard. Okay, you'll be protected. It makes things longer, and you cannot pull it faster. The flow on Shift F. Yes. Always use the flow on Shift F. You should. It's a SA. Always use it. Or do you mean on Shift LMB? Never use... The reason you don't... Look. If I was to do the combo, look. I'll get to the cube. Bang. Look how fast it is. You transition so fast into it. And this combo, by the way, will always keep you in the Spirit Forged 10% crit hit damage. Always. Everything I'm about to show you will always keep you there. It will always keep you there. You will always have this on. So, which is important, because if you don't, like, Jesus Christ, don't be that bad. Okay? Now. Sorry about that. So don't hold LMB. Don't hold it. It's hell of a lot faster. Bang bang. You see that? You didn't even see when the shift LMB came out. That's how fast it is. Just pressing LMB after Q to use the skill instead of shift LMB. Actually, that's interesting. I don't know if that's a thing. Let's see. Oh wow. Yeah. If you want to do it that way, I'm learning with you. I never knew that was a thing. So that's if you want to do it however it's comfortable for you guys to play, you guys. Just remember that everything I'm showing here is all about, like, I want you guys to be freestylers. I want you guys to play this class and represent this class like we're different. You know what I mean? Like everybody plays it different. Nobody plays it the same way. I want everybody to be completely different. Like, I've found my own style with this class. You'll find your own style with this class. And that's what's amazing about it. And that's why people are sleeping on it. But you can. It seems like you can. I actually never knew that was a thing. For me, it's easier to press Shift LMB because it kind of puts my finger ready for Shift F. So, like, straight doing Shift F. Unless you can do only F after that. I don't know. If they implemented that, that's, in my opinion, too easy. No, you can't. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can't do that. That's good. Actually good. For me, Shift LMB is easier because it puts my finger on Shift F. It's just the thing is, for some people, it can be harder because a lot of people, they press Shift F and they hold it. They forget. They forget that you need to let go. So if you find LMB, if you press Q and press LMB, it's easier for you that way. But even better. With that being said, let's move on. Remember, the combo for getting someone with twirling Rasfadi, which is A or D RMB, is the same as usual. Now, let me give you a scenario. Remember, I'll give you a scenario for everything so that you guys are not confused why you got CC'd or what you should do. Best case scenario. Let's say, I'm so glad we have plenty of dummies here. Let's say this guy is here fighting, and maybe there's like 3 of them. And I CC this guy, even though why the fuck wouldn't I CC 3 of them? But anyways, I CC this guy, and then 3 people are coming from there, and I'm like, oh shit. So now this guy is on the ground. I have 2 options. Either I try to pull off the combo fast and get fucked up, or just get lucky and pull it off. I'm a risk taker. Sometimes I do it. You can play the safe card. What is the safe card? It's fairly simple. You spin. They're coming. You do Shift Q on the target. Sorry. You do Shift Q into SF into your Spirit Parade. So, let's not fuck it up this time. You spin. You see them coming. You do your SF. Even I'm fucking up. And then you do your Spirit Parade. Right? And then you run off. Because they're coming. Maybe then you can fight them. Remember, this class can PvX easily. You can fight multiple people easily, as you can see in my montage. Just saying, self-promo. But you can fight multiple people easily, right? So, again, 3 people come in, Shift Q, SF, Spirit Parade towards them. You can even do Snare if you want to. It's forward guard, depending on your positioning. And then you're in Pre-Awakening, you dip the fuck out. That's it. They will never catch you. Bang, bang, you're gone. Anyways, that's your scenario for that. Or, let's say you CC him, you see them coming, bang, bang, you're pretty fast. Maybe they don't get to CC you. You get to pull off even more damage on the target and on them at the same time. You can do both. Remember, you can do both. It's all about how you choose to play the scenario. If you think you're about to get fucked, use your essays. If you think you're about to be good, hey, fucking go ham. It's as simple as that. It's really up to you. So that's that. So let's talk about Pre-Awakening. Pre-Awakening is fairly straightforward. It doesn't do crazy damage. Pre-Awakening is beautiful if you know how to utilize it really well. It can be utilized for mobility. It can be utilized for protection. It can be utilized to recover some of your stamina. It can be utilized. It can be utilized to just deal damage from afar. And let's clear something out, guys. Awakening Maegu has stamina issues. So if you have any kind of stamina buffs that you can use, gear, whatever, use it as long as it doesn't damage too much of your damage. Stamina is key. This class suffers stamina. It really does. Sometimes your stamina can be controlled really well. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce and your stamina just gets chunked in seconds. And that's just reality. Get on with it. Accept it. It is what it is. Now, they might fix it in the future. We never know. Be careful. With that being said, pre-awakening. So let's talk about swapping. There is different ways of swapping from awakening to pre-awakening. One of my favorite way is SE. SE, it's a forward guard. It doesn't stun. It's not like the succession. It doesn't stun the target. It does damage them, and it does push you away from them. That's one way. Another way to... Actually, I don't know if this is... I'm just trying to think. There could be another way, but I personally have not found a more special way. Is there anything you lock? No. Except evasion. Except the evasion roll. There isn't anything that I lock. You lock whatever you find to be useful to you. As you can see, I don't even use cooldown windows. Why? Because I'm fucking built different. That's why. I know my cooldowns on my abilities. I never have issues with like... I rarely would have an issue where I'd be like, oh my god, this was on cooldown and I fucked up my... Nope. I would rarely have that issue. With that being said, I have not found crazy different ways to swap from Awakening, except SE. And you have your... you can swap with your enhanced skills. So, I'm in Awakening right now. I do this. I'm in pre-Awakening. I'm in Awakening right now. I do this. I'm in pre-Awakening. Sorry. I'm in Awakening. I press my Soul Charm. I'm in pre-Awakening. Right? That's the healing ability. The reason SE is the best is you guessed it. You guessed why this is the best. It's a 6-second cooldown, dude. By the time you get to swap again, trust me, you're not gonna be crazy stuck in you're not gonna be crazy stuck in pre-awakening. Pre-awakening is mainly for utility and it has its benefits. Simple as that. Don't expect to be a succession Maegu. Don't expect for you to be doing this. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, shabang. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. Kaboom. Bang. Oh, dude, I killed 70,000 people. No, you're not going to do that. Like, it doesn't work that. Awakening Maegu, there is a reason Awakening is how they are as a class, because it's mainly the focus of their damage is in Awakening. It's not in pre-awakening. Right? It's just, that's just the truth. Now, let's talk about what I just said, switching over. So you do SE. You have my favorite combo, by the way. One of my favorite things to catch people with, and sometimes it works. And when it does, it's beautiful. You're about to get your minds blown. You're about to love this shit. So let's say this guy's chasing me. And I'm trying to catch him off guard. But I can't get behind him. I'm trying to lure him in. You know? So what I would do is I would do SE into SF into F. You see what happened there? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. If you think about it, I'm in Awakening. He's chasing me. Bang, bang, bang. SF into F. Bang. I'm in. Combo. Foof. Bang. How beautiful is that? Now, the reason I say this works sometimes is because in PvP, SF doesn't teleport you behind the target. It teleports you in front of the target. But if the target thinks, oh, this guy is now in front of me, maybe I can catch him. He has another thing in store that you can do your block jump. You can do your F, which can CC them if they are unprotected. It really can. And it can happen. I've done it plenty of times. I've done it to multiple people. I've done it to groups of people. I've done it to one person. It's an amazing outplay ability. So one more time, I'm just showing it. SE into SF into F. Shit, I was out of distance there. My bad. That was such a bad time to showcase it that way. So SE into SF into F, and then you go into your regular combo. Okay? The combo that I showed at the beginning. We will go over things at the end. We'll summarize them. But for now, learn this. Now, let's say, well, I'm using all my awakenings, Bezo. What else can I do? So, let's say you're fighting in the blob or whatever, and you switch to pre-awakening, you go back. You can go in with WRMB, Shift RMB, into Shift F, full SA by the way, into S RMB, into SLMB, which is a forward guard. Remember, forward guard, move it around, stay protected. You are very protected in pre-awakening. It's damage, nevertheless, and it works for 1v1s as well, depending on who you're playing against. Be careful, please be careful who you're playing against, the class you're playing against, and how you use it. They can grab you. They can grab you here. They can grab you here. Yes, you can come out of it. They can grab you into your Shift F. You're stationary and they can grab you. But just remember, your protected abilities are all of them in pre-awakening pretty much. Your SE is a forward guard. Your SLMB is a forward guard. Your Shift F is a SA. WRMB is an SA. SRMB is an SA. Shift RMB is an SA. And dash RMB to the side is an iframe. Right? An iframe which allows you, if you hold it, it puts you into awakening, which we're going to go over now. Okay? So awakening, from pre-awakening to awakening, there is a few ways. Well, 2 ways, in my opinion. I haven't tried anything else. So you're in pre-awakening. If you're running away from someone, or if you want to chase someone, you do Q into WF, which puts you straight into awakening, and then you can go in for whatever you want, right? Like I said, Q into WF, right? Or you can, it doesn't have to be Q, by the way. It can just be your regular dash into WF, right? It could just be regular dash, WF, you're straight into awakening. Now, the other way to do it is, like I said, it's A or D, RMB, and you hold it down and you switch to awakening. I wouldn't suggest it. It wastes Rasfady. It feels weird. I think it can only be good if you're in a scenario where there is like a lot of people and you're trying to get away and you just do this so that you can kind of run away. You know what I mean? Because it's protected. Simple as that. Also, in awakening, WRMB can be used for mobility. So your flow can be used for mobility. Just be careful. At the end of it, you're unprotected. Be careful, be careful, be careful. You're unprotected at the end of it. I don't know why the devs thought that this was a good idea. They could have given it maybe a forward guard, but I guess it's fine. It's fine. I'm not complaining because at the end of the day, we have a lot of protection anyway, so be broken. Anyways. That's pretty much it in terms of combos and what you need to know. That's your abilities. Remember, protected abilities, Shift Q, SF, the enhanced Spirit Parade into Peto Snare, and then you can do your pre-awakenings if you want to do them. Like I showed you, you can, right? Let's go over it again. Just last time, your pre-awakening essays are SLMB, RMB, SRMB, SRMB, Shift RMB, Shift F, WRMB. Your dash is iframe, of course, as you can see. That's also protected. RMB to the side, either A or D. And SLMB, which is a forward guard. And also, that's pretty much it. In a sense, that's the one I like to use. Those are the ones I prefer to use. Now, in terms of mobility, fairly mobile. Our dashes, as you can see, are protected when on off cooldown. So protected. First 2 dashes, you can hold them. Third dash, unprotected. Remember that. So first 2 dashes, protected. Third dash, unprotected. Be careful how you use them. Remember, it is a low cooldown. It is a low cooldown. So you're in a good spot. Dashes are one of our main mobility in terms of spammables. Hey, mate. What's good, mate? The Weasley brother. What's good? Do your dice. If I show you my dice, you're gonna fucking get a heart attack. I don't do anything but PvP in this game. I mean, we are rich in loyalties too. Now, other mobilities. Remember, WRMB is protected in the beginning and unprotected at the end. It still can be used for mobility. There is plenty of classes that use unprotected mobilities. It's just mobility. WF, another mobility skill. Hold it down. Always hold it down. Shift, A or D, it's iframe and SA. And it lingering SA. See that? Woo! Look at that lingering SA there. And WE switches you to pre-awakening, which can be a mobility skill. Moving backwards, moving forwards, you choose backwards. Q into pre-awakening. Dash into WRMB is also sort of a mobility. And you can C-swap by pressing WC. In my opinion, C-swapping on this class feels nice. And if you do it in the right direction, you can camera move it. And by the way, never stay too long in your C-swap, okay? So if you're doing a C-swap, like you want to be moving around. You do a C-swap and move around. So those are your mobility skills. So how would they play their part? So if I was to chase someone, right? I can, as you can see, we travel at a pretty good speed. You see that? As you can see, it flows really fucking well. But do you see my stamina? Yeah. Yeah. You can keep up with a lot of classes, by the way, at the cost of your stamina. But you can keep up with a lot of classes. Like, a lot. You can keep up with Musas. You can keep up with any fast class. Really, you can. That's only... When I say keep up, is only when I'm saying when they're not, like, spamming RMB to run away. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to keep up then. Because at the end of the day, they're just holding one key and they're just fucking going for a runner. It's as simple as that. So that's your mobility, by the way. Now, everything is camera movement, guys. Please remember this. This is as detailed as we're going to get. If I go backtrack on things, I'm just going to backtrack on them. If I repeat myself, I repeat myself. It's all about camera movement. As you can see, I stayed in the same spot. I think the best way to show you this is if we go back to the dummies. Camera movement can keep you in the same position of where your player is, right? So you can even do it from here. As long as your camera moving, you're in the right spot. Right? And everything is camera movement. Same goes for WF, by the way. Yes, you can move it like this. Like, you can do it with sharp turns. You can do sharp turns. Aiming with WRMB is kind of scuffed. Probably just needs to... Yeah. You'll get used to it. Trust me. Just like myself. I was... I had issues. But now it's second nature. I mean, I can, you know, you can hit it from anywhere. Like even if I was to say land like this, I could still direct it. You know what I mean? Even if I wanted to attack that guy there and I jumped to the sides, I could. Oh, well, I jumped into the fucking dummy. My bad. But if you jump to the sides, you can still direct it. You see, it still staggered him there. It's it can be directed really well. You just got to be careful how you do it. Camera movement. You can do it with WF, like I said. So if I was to do a full circle, yes. If I move my camera really well, I can do that. But the idea is like staying around the target rather than... So whenever you do this, the target kind of gets an idea that you're going to be circling around them. You know, they get an idea that, okay, he's doing this. He's either going to end up behind me or like to the side of me. Whereas if you do it like this, and I'm not suggesting that you should do it like that. For me, it works out well. If you put your camera up, it plays a whole different part to the story. Either you can stay around them or you can trick them. So like, if I was to want to trick that guy, well, fucking BA, man. Okay, never mind. Let's go to the dummy. Let's go to the other dummy. I can't do it on this one here. Anyways, if you were to trick them, you could, you know, you can end up anywhere that way. You don't even have to end up next to them. Like, you can start your thing here, they see you, then you go here, and you do your block jump. They'll never expect it. Now, that's again, camera movement. Another thing that's important, and this is about to blow everyone's mind. This right here is amazing. This right here is about to be a game changer for all Awakening Maegus. I don't even know if I should show it. I'm joking. So, you can go into block jump straight into the second animation of the flow of WF. What does that mean? That nobody can see you attack. So what I'm saying is, whenever you do WF and you're like, let's say I'm closer to the enemy and they can see I'm moving towards them. Look at that. As soon as you get the reticle on them, the crosshair, you attack them straight out of your invisibility. So, WF, bang. Oh, they got CC'd though. So you basically can CC people out of the flow of WF. So bang. No one expects it. Literally no one expects it. You've disappeared. You're gone. If they have skill animations, they can see your skill. They just don't know that you're going to jump out of it. Like, they can see this, but they don't know that you can do that. You see, I jumped out before I came out of the flow. After that, the combo is up to you. Whatever you've learned so far, the combo is up to you. By the way, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube. Don't worry. I'll edit all of this correctly. But just remember that you can do that. Mobility in PvP is infinite. I mean, like, you can do plenty of repositioning, as you can see. And then you can even do this. You see that? Plenty of repositioning. So, important things to learn. WRMB has a long range stagger. You see that? You see where I see that guy from? Right? You see that? I know, right? I know, right? Do you see what WRMB can do? It's crazy. Now, what if I told you that WRMB can be even more cracked? What if you do, and you're chasing someone, and you do WF into WRMB? What kind of happened there? What happened there, boys? You see that? You see that? You see what can happen here? See what we can do? It's crazy. So what I'm saying is you can do WF, and the same way I taught you to do your block jump out of the second flow of WF, out of the flow, you can do WRMB and you can catch people off guard. So for example, let's say that warrior there is walking. He's walking towards his blob. You do this, you've CC'd him. He never expected you. You've done a full combo on him. Maybe you didn't kill him. He got up. He's either chasing you, trying to grab you. You go back in. Bang. You just ate him up for free. You made that warrior look like an absolute fucking bedbug. You get me? Right. So, remember that. WF into WRMB can teleport you to people. But also, not that. Your dash can do the same thing. Your dash can't make your double elongates your WRMB. I don't know how it works exactly, but it works. All I'm saying is if you dash, look at the distance. Did you see the distance? Did you fucking see the absolute distance you can travel? It's crazy. You can dash, bang, bang. Everything is camera movement. Remember, we're still on the topic of camera movement. Why? Because let's say you're playing a class that like has a lot of FGs as well. No, has a few FGs. You're trying to catch them off on the forward guard. You're trying to do your twirling. It's not working. It's just like the person is easily camera moving things and winning. There is only one way to beat them, and it works every time. It works every time with persistence and practice. It's about a 180 degrees camera movement or whatever. I'm not precise with mathematics here. But what I mean, let's say this guy is doing forward guards and I get close to him and I'm trying to do this. I can't CC him because he moves his camera. Doesn't work. So he knows that when I'm going to get close to him, I'm going to try to do this. He knows that. So he's prepared. But what he's not prepared to do is if I dash like this. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That if I was to do a regular dash to the side or behind him and press F, that you can immediately block jump him. Like that. So you can basically bypass his camera movement that way. Right? Bang. From behind. That I've done that plenty of times. On forward guards. Works every time. You dash behind them. Straight into a block jump. You have to spam it. But if you were to do it correctly, it would work every time. And you see how they never saw that coming. Why? Because you did it. You dashed behind them, but they didn't expect you to do this. No, they don't know that you're going to do that. They think maybe you're going to do this. Even that would work though. I mean, you could still, But everything is camera movement. This wouldn't work if you do this. It's not going to work. You're going to have to move your camera like sharply, right? So that you can catch them from the side, from the back. It works. It works every time. Is everybody grasping this? I wonder. It's not that hard, guys. It really isn't. Everything flows really well. Like everything is super, super good. It flows really well. Another piece of mobility. Take this as you will, by the way. These dashes are the grandfather of outplay. These dashes are the grandfather of outplay. This is why this class is so good. And people are sleeping on it till this day. I mean, I see people learning. So these dashes, you can do them like this, right? And you can camera move them. You can, yes. And look at the distance. If you do the dash correctly, like it's crazy. You move like a fucking anime character. But to move more like an anime character, and this is up to you. whether this makes a difference or not. In my opinion, it does. You can do camera movement, and it's a little bit annoying. You can do this, which can boggle with the animations of the dash, which confuses people. Done it. Have you covered add-ons? Yes. I will show you add-ons right now as well. Again. These add-ons I use for tier 1 node war. This class is all about air attack damage. Take these add-ons as you will. Change them to your own preferred PvP style. Simple as that. If you want to add in different type of add-ons, you can. These are for tier 1 node war. I don't do anything else except tier 1 PvP node war. Now, how are these dashes different from the camera angle I'm showing than to this? Some people would say they're the same, right? By the way, you do get an evasion rate on the dash, 9%. You can camera move this that way, but I prefer to do it from up top. Same way you do WF. With WF, this way, you can stay in the same spot. See, I didn't even move spots. I don't have to do any weird camera. From up top, if you do it, it's just, in my opinion, it's the outplay grandfather, right? So, what do I mean by this? Like, if the enemy's here, even if they're moving, well, fucking hell. Talk about shitty. I'm not gonna. Why do I always go to this dummy? Let me just not go to this dummy. Let me just go to these dummies. So if the enemy's here, you can disengage. You can engage. It's a very interesting movement when looked at in PvP. I do have something on my Twitch which is labeled anime movement. It's pretty much implementing this, and I was able to record it. But I've always done this. In 1v1 fights, this is amazing. Even in group fights. Look at that. Just the camera itself boggles it. It can shoot you. You know? Everything is about how you do it, though. I mean, like, obviously, see, to get behind them, it's about positioning. Now, in real life, in 1v1 PvP, it can be hard to pull off. And the reason it can be harder to pull off is because people move around. But it can also be the grandfather of outplays. Because even if they're moving around, even if they went there, bang. Literally, I've caught people so many times. It looks very sick. It just adds so much flair to your PvP. And, like, you can do this to multiple people. I've done it in Node Wars as well. I see a group of people. I'm fighting them. They start to be more people. I will do this. I will go behind them, go in. Outplays. Outplays and only outplays. That's your mobility covered. 10%. Lock every other percent. Lock everything else. Leave your 100%. No, don't. You don't need your 50 and 25. They're fucking trash. Jesus Christ. They're so trash. I mean, like, maybe 50 is good, but 100 is better. 100%. Guys, remember. Oh my god. 100%. You missed the add-ons. I'll show you again. 100% is immaculate. Okay? 100% critical hit rate. 15% accuracy rate. It CCs 10 targets. And it's in a circle. It's a mini Zerker ult. All AP plus 30%. Plus 30, sorry. Casting speed 25%. Movement speed 40%. Attack speed 40%. Cast speed 40%. Super armor. It stuns. and it knocks down. This 100% right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the revolution of BDO 100%. Except Valk stays the best and Zerker stays the best. This is the third best 100%. 100%. Maybe it's a hot take what I'm saying here, but it is... Bro. Are you ready? Let's say there is 10 targets. Oh my god. Right after WF. Yes. Yes. You can use it after anything. You can use it after this. You can use it after this. You can use it after anything. I'll show you a clip. But 100% and 10%. 10% is your twirling Rhapsody. It's amazing. It recently had a bug. I think it's removed. It's no longer bugged. Where people were spamming it and pretty much fucking destroying people. It knocks people off their horses. And it's good damage. So if this guy was on his horse, I can CC both of them. Big AoEs. It's like probably one of the best skills to knock people off their horses, because it's big AoE and you're not stationary. You actually can move towards their horse. So if they're coming towards you, you have to be like brain lagged to miss it. The amount of people I fucking dehorsed with this shit and earned myself kills and helped like just the main blob because maybe who we killed was a Zerker, a Nova, or some fucking annoying class. It's immaculate. Add-ons. Again, these are the add-ons. You can take screenshot. I do tier 1 node wars. This is for tier 1. This is not for anything else. I use these add-ons for AOS as well. Maybe I'm griefing myself. Maybe I need to use minus DP and shit. I don't know at this point. I use them. I win games. Doesn't matter. I could change them up. Can't be fucking asked. The reason we have the add-ons that we do have here, it's... Remember, I'm going to go back to this again. This class does a lot of air attack damage. Air attack, air. Everything is air. Like, there is nothing about this class that is not air attack. There is just certain abilities that are down attacks. And they're not, like, crazy. Okay. Yes, this... By the way, remember, this class is a massive engage class. This class, you want to have it on engage. If you're not engaging with Awakening Maegu, you're playing it wrong. Simple as that. Like, the things you can do, I will show you in a bit. But the things you can do, blow your mind. Now, let me show you 1v1 case scenarios of not finishing a target and how to finish them off if they're still on the ground. This is unprotected. Take this however you want. This is just more like miscellaneous. This is not something that you need to learn, but it's good to know because it's actually... I'm actually trying to show you that you can implement every ability of the class without people telling you, man, this ability is shit. Man, don't use this ability. It's fucking trash. No, it's not trash. There is no trash ability. There is only trash abilities that either deal no damage or just have no purpose. But these abilities have a purpose. So what am I going to talk about here? So let's say I've knocked this guy down completely. Let's say I've knocked him down and all my abilities are on cooldown magically somehow. I don't know how. Or the main abilities to start a combo are on cooldown and I want to pull off a fast combo because he's on low HP. So let's say I've knocked him down with F. So either I would engage with this if it's not on cooldown. But let's just say it is on cooldown. Let's just say that WRMB is on cooldown. So you've knocked him down. You do SRMB into SLMB. And you hold both of them down for their flow. Right? But this is only 1v1 scenario, guys. Don't use this in open world. You'll get fucked. Well, use it in open world if it's a 1v1. You've knocked them down. SRMB, SLMB into E. You see that? How good does that flow? But you know what? Maybe you didn't notice. What if I told you that you actually just cancelled the first animation of E? So E has a longer animation, but it kind of came out faster there. That's because E cancels out after certain abilities, after a second attack, after certain skills to perform attack 2. And that's how you perform attack 2. I've knocked them down. S, RMB, S, LMB, attack 2 on E. Okay? Now, it's unprotected. Literally fully unprotected. Nobody's going to teach you fully unprotected stuff. But it serves a purpose. It can finish off targets. Why? Let's say they are on the ground. Well, what do those abilities have? They have down attack. They have air attack. So that means you are benefiting of your strongest damage, which is air attack, but you're also benefiting from a down attack. On top of that, this also does air smash, and it does air attack. Where is the... Okay. This also does down attack, and it's bound. So this whole combo, and then you go here for the E, which is a down attack, a stiffness, and a knockdown. So sometimes what can happen is, I'm not saying it can happen, but there is a possibility, after you do this whole thing that I showed you here, and you do E, there is a possibility that they can get re-CC'd. Right? Now, in my opinion, this ability, WRMB, is on a very short cooldown. So you would not really have this on cooldown when you're doing this. So if you want my proper opinion, let's say everything else leading up to your regular combo is on cooldown, but your WRMB flow is not, what you would do is the following. You CC them, WRMB. Did you see that? That's SRMB, SLMB flow into E. So let's do that slowly. That's knockdown, WRMB, SRMB hold, SLMB, E. It's so easy, but it's so fucking effective. Literally, only try this combo on 1v1. Just try it. See how it works. Just CC someone, do this. Well, I did it the other way around, but do this. Now, by the way, I want to clear this out. You can do this both ways. So what do I mean? You can either do it with SRMB into SLMB. Yeah, you can do that. Or you can do SLMB into SRMB. No crazy difference. The reason I start with SRMB is because of the gap closer on the flow. So if I didn't have this ability, if I used it for mobility and I didn't have my WRMB, that would basically, you see, close the gap. So I can continue with this into this. Okay? Now, what was I going to mention here? Oh, the reason this combo is amazing, even though it's unprotected, and the reason it works in 1v1s, is because literally when you CC someone and you do it, are you noticing what you're doing there? Not only is your Spirit Forged on 10%, not only are you applying buffs on yourself from your add-ons, but you are also doing your pre-buff. That combo is your pre-buff combo. So basically, whenever you're hitting them, by the end of the combo, when you press E and you do the big badonga damage, when you do the 2k% damage, which the second attack hits 6 times, you're buffed up. You are buffed the fuck up. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Bang. Bang. So that's why this is important to know. There is no useless ability. There is only useless players. Remember that. No such thing as useless ability. Useless players. Now, Jesus, this is going on for an hour? No way. Have I been yapping this much? Anyways, we go into detail, right? We go into detail. So everything else from what I've explained, is down to how you like to use it, okay? I'm not going to show you how I use it in terms of like scenarios. You know why? Because we all play differently. Like, we all do things differently. And the scenario itself depends on your situation. Are you doing tier 3s? Yeah, you'll get one tapped. Are you doing tier 1s? You wouldn't get one tapped. You need to still be are you doing uncapped? Are you doing uncapped? Everything applies. Everything I said here applies into any Node War situation. You can play this class in Node War. And you can perform in Node War with this class. Easily. I'm doing it. I think there is this guy called Leo Cookies. He's an Awakening Maegu. He's doing it. Nobody is willing to make anything to help the people. So there you go. This will be your help. Now, I'm going to try to fit in some more things in here if I could think of anything. Actually, I already thought of something. Your abyssal skill is shit. Thank you. Keep that in mind. It's trash. In my opinion, super fucking trash. In my opinion. Awakening Maegu is an evasion class, from what I know. I don't do PvE. I used to. I found out that life is a lot more important and interesting, so I don't do PvE. Your E buff is amazing. Plus 25 AP, crit rate 30%. It gives you 1000 plus HP for 30 seconds. As you can see, the following will be applied each time you Spirit Forge into the neck. So whenever you're in Spirit Forge, your evasion rate goes by 15% and your air attack damage goes to 10%. What I would suggest is elixirs. There is this thing called a sky elixir. No. Where the Ah, yeah. This gives you air attack damage plus 15%. This is fucking giga. I'm just saying. Okay? So remember that for Node Wars. So this class flows amazingly well. In terms of PvPing, plenty of outplay abilities. Plenty. You can outplay people for free. Your mobility is like all over the place. There is nobody that can really compete with it. The only thing that they can compete with is you running out of stamina. That's it. Be mindful of your stamina. Important thing to know, by the way, this recovers stamina. In pre-awakening, this recovers stamina. Be aware of who you're fighting. They will grab you if it's a grab class, which is 80% of BDO. Simple as that. Let's see if there's anything else. I'd say I've pretty much covered everything that there is. Everything else is how you want to play and what you want to do. And there is not really much more to it. Everything else is about how you want to play and what you want to do. Like, I can't teach you something that you don't know how it fits your style. It's important to know, by the way, actually, something I didn't mention. Shift RMB is a forward guard ability that has a cancel into it to do the last part of it, or you can do the first part of the whole thing, which is fully forward guard from the beginning, and it can be camera moved. And the beautiful thing about it is, actually, now I'm coming up with more things to think about. The beautiful thing about it is it recovers HP. This is Shift LMB. Where is Shift RMB? No, that's the... Yeah, Shift RMB. So it recovers 65 HP per hit. And you literally do... I'm trying to do quick math here. Well, I'm fucking terrible. 13, sorry. You do 13 hits. So it does recover quite a bit of HP. And also, another important thing, your Shift F recovers HP. And also the flow of it recovers HP. Which, let's say if you were doing tier 1 node wars, or if you can withstand the damage, depending on what build you have, I don't know. You can recover HP with this in the middle of like, you can literally just be like, you go inside the blob with F, you do this, you can recover HP like that. I've done it. Plenty. By the way, something important to know. This is for people who want to risk this. If you do this to someone and you didn't CC them and they're using like SA, and you can sometimes get lucky and maybe you guessed when they might come out of SA, so you can do this. So let's say this guy is in SA, I would spin and I would Q. Yes, Q is unprotected. You can't get CC'd. And that's why I say it's a gamble. Because I've done this to many people where I would do this, they don't get CC'd because maybe they just used an SA ability. So either I would go in like this or wait them out a little bit, like just for a fraction of a second, and Q, and it will get them CC'd, and you can just go into your Shift LMB or LMB into Shift F combo. Right? Now, for protected combo, by the way, this is the only one I use, and I've even demonstrated this before, is after CCing them, depending on how you CC them and where you are, you just do your Shift Q, this, into, Shift Q into SF into Spirit Parade. That's your protected combo. Literally. And then after Spirit Parade, you can do like Peto Snare, right? Which is a forward guard. And then you can either C-swap and just go into like this, into Shift RMB. Or if you want to, you can CC them and then, you know, do your protected combo into Shift RMB, which is a longer, not a very long forward guard, but it is a quite like, it's a shortly extended forward guard. But the biggest thing to learn is this right here is amazing. You see how easily it flows, you go into it? The hardest thing for anybody to learn will be WRMB. WRMB, learning how to control it, is going to be the key to whether you are good or bad. Like, learning to control it like that is everything. Because you can outplay people with it. You know, you can do this. You know? You can go behind the person. You could CC them from behind. Why? Because it's a flow. It's a stagger. So it can, you know, it can work. See how fast it flows. You're immediately into the combo. Usually they'll be up by what I just did there, but you would still pull off damage. So I would say that's your class, ladies and gents. That's your Awakening Maegu. I cannot, if I've missed on anything, I'll try to add more to it. In the meantime, I will maybe make something on the side, but make the most out of it. Like, this will be out at some point. I will try to chop it up a little bit more, but it's just easier to do live because, yeah, it's just like there is just so much to mention. There is everything else, by the way, you've heard from me today. Implement your own things, man. Like, I had a friend, I told him how to play, I told him some stuff, and for example, he locked WRMB. He locked this because he thought that it helps him to transition better into Awakening. That's his choice. If he likes to do that, and if this is something that he's fine with, good. Like, praise be. Okay. Sorry, I'm just replying on. So you can lock things that you don't like. It's not necessary. Not everything I'm mentioning here is a necessity, and you have to keep it. But the thing is, like, pretty much your gameplay will be just amazing. It would look exactly like this at one point. You know what I mean? This could be you. Bang, bang. See, I'm implementing every ability. There is no, like, look, there is no useless ability. I've used every ability there is. And I can, by the way, I can keep going. You know what I mean? Like, the class flows so well that you can pretty much keep going. And I've been protected here. Bang. And I'm still protected. And I go back in. And you see how I can, I can do this all day. No problem for me. So remember, SE puts you out of pre-awakening. Q puts you forward, pushes you forward. Your dash is still protected. WRMB is protected. This is protected. SRMB is protected. SLMB is protected. Your dash, WF into awakening. And you can control it. Bang, bang, bang. As you can see, if I do thing, if you want me, I can stay in the same location for the, you know, for the whole combo. You can even spin around if you want to, right? You can basically, with camera movement, with a little bit of a top view, you can remain in position. You can remain next to your target, always behind their back. You know, always change the positioning of your camera. Oh, by the way, something interesting to learn. Actually, here is something that I didn't mention. This is camera movement again. I don't suggest you doing this. I would suggest doing this only if you think you can make the play work and you can be fast. You understand what I mean by fast. So your Q at the end of it is unprotected. To compensate for that, you do Q into a forward guard immediately, which is a C-swap. Now, you can do WF, but it just depends on your situation, and it doesn't actually help with what I am about to explain and how Q works. Q is a stiffen on hit. Bro, how did I just miss a fucking open target? Q is a stiffen on hit. Okay? In PvP. So, if this was a 1v1 scenario, what you can do is, they will stay protected that way. But you can go from the back. Oh my god, how am I fucking it up? You can go from the back, right? With camera movement, you can hit them from the back. It's not that easy, but it's doable. I've been able to do it plenty of times, right? You can hit them from the back. Depending on your distance, of course, you can extend it a little bit. You know, you don't have to be too far away from them. You can be close to them and still manage it. I mean, it cannot really be, I'm not too sure that it can be controlled like this. Maybe, as you can see, it can be from like, the reason top camera does this is just like it allows for better mobility as to compared to this. It's just too much of a wind up. But I guess you can do top down, you know, you learn something new. Bang. Now, with that being said, if you were to do this, you can C-swap, as you saw there, into F and do your combo, right? So if you were to do this, as you can see, I was still able to pull off a combo. Is all I'm saying is bang. Just like that. But it's gonna take some time getting used to it. Not even I hit it all the time. So everything is about how you aim it, where you aim it, and so on and so forth. But you can outplay people with it. You can disengage with it. You can disengage with this. You can go into this, and so on. Now, let's just say you're being pressured. Let's just say you're being pressured, and you do your SE. So you do your SE, you're being pressured. Maybe they're already like near you or something. So after your SE, you could just either do Q to dash away, but let's say they keep pressuring you, you could always do this for protection and then C-swap. Now, what I do usually, if I'm disengaging and they're pressuring me and I'm doing this, I would turn around and immediately C-swap, either with S C-swap or W C-swap, depending on what I feel like. Now, the reason I prefer whenever they're chasing me, by the way, so not whenever I'm fighting, the reason I prefer S C-swap is for the simple reason that if I hold S, I'm in S block anyways. So like, yes, I'm being, yes, I'm being chased, but I hold S and I'm in S block. Okay, they can obviously go from the sides, but it depends on, you can move it. You can always move it, dash away or something. Now, if I'm fighting somebody and I'm chasing them, I will do a C-swap forward. Because usually, if I do the C-swap forward and I'm chasing them, I can immediately go into WRMB, which it seems like it cancels out into any ability and it allows for the distance. So for example, I'm chasing this guy there, I do my C-swap. You see that? I know, right? I know. I TP to him. I know. It's actually crazy what you can do. You TP into him. So like, I'm chasing this guy, I've used all my mobility, he's maybe like waiting for me in a Q block, so I just go bang, and I could go in. Like, for example, he ran away, I do this, I would do this. Like, you don't even have to, by the way, you don't have to hold WRMB. I just do for like, for maybe an opening that they might do during their Q block, right? Depending on the class. What you can do is, you could just do a singular RMB into this. But everything is camera movement. If you want to CC people with this, you're not going to do it without camera movement. Like, maybe you will if you just do this. But even then, you're moving your camera. Even then, you still have to tilt it. But the idea is that you want to end up next to your target. You don't really, you see? You don't want to do your spin and you're here. And then you have to do this. So that's why I say to you that WRMB, learning to control WRMB, will be the first thing to mastering the class. Because with WRMB, depending on how the fight is or how desynced the player is going to help you understand that you need to gap close. And the way you're going to gap close is with that. So if I did a block jump, maybe I do a dash because there is a guy here, so then I would go in with this, right? Or if I did a spin, I fucked it up completely maybe. Like, I didn't do the camera movement, which shouldn't be a thing. You go back in, right? WRMB is the key to this. This will be your most important mobility skill and engage skill. In terms of when I say engage, to CC targets. I'm not saying engage for like everybody. Definitely not for fucking regular engages. Because you will get CC'd most likely if you're not fast enough. Like, you'd need to be like super, out of the end of it. So like, if I was to do it, I'll have to exit it immediately at the end. Like, otherwise I'm getting CC'd. So that's it. That's Awakening Maegu in 1 hour and 20 plus minutes. That's Awakening Maegu for you. It's a fucking amazing class.